In this video I'm going to show you how we can use the standardized section sheet to create a standardized view of the performance of a company over multiple periods, even allowing for extensions while still retaining a completely as reported view of the company's performance. Now you might notice, if you strip away the rather lurid colour palette, that the standard section doesn't look that different from the filing section. All these columns are the same, and we've got 1 year's worth of data here, and the main difference is you've got more than 1 year's worth of data. In fact, if we go further over, you will see that there are 3 years of data, and that corresponds with the number of years we've selected here. So on the standard section you can choose multiple years across multiple filings, bring them back down into one as reported view of the company. And kind of how we do that we'll come to probably in another video, because there's more to talk about there, and just how that's operating and how you can control it, blah de blah. So just sort of stepping back to the filing section once more, we just bring back 1 year. As you can see, you've got no control over the number of years. We just bring back the latest year from a single filing. So every time you're looking at this, you're looking at a single filing. So you know absolutely this is what was reported in the particular filing year that you're bringing back data for. Obviously, when we slip over to the standard section, because we're dealing with more filings, it gets slightly more opaque. So that's the reason why we want to have this section next door to it, so you can always just go back to that, double check that what you think you're seeing is actually what was reported by the company. Obviously we are trying to pull back exactly what's reported in this tab. And yeah, I'll go further than that. We're not trying, we are bringing back what is reported by the company in this tab, but we're doing over a number of years. So as you bring in more years, then the presentation potentially is going to change and become a little more murky. As I said, it's still absolutely as reported, because that's what we're trying to achieve here. But obviously there's potentially more noise to confuse you as to whether you're looking at as reported or not. So that's why this tab is absolutely crucial, to for you to just reassure yourself that you're getting the right stuff. Anyway, going on a little bit about that, but it's just an important point to really emphasize that it is as reported, and you can confirm that with that other tab. Right, so yeah, going back to really what the focus of this video is, which is dealing with these rather nasty extensions which can pop up from time to time. In my last video, that's what we had. We had an extension for AIG. Now we're not actually looking at AIG at the moment in this particular section. I think we're probably looking at Microsoft's balance sheet. So we need to sort that out. And yeah, we've got 3 years worth of data. I just want to bring back 1 year this time, just so we can make it look as similar as possible to what we had in the filing section. So obviously AIG is still coming through from the codes tab, so all we need to do is do our magical Alt F5 to fire off the web API call, which obviously is done, and it's brought back the balance sheet. And yeah, here is this extension, reinsurance assets now net of allowance. And yeah, there is no standard tag. We deliberately don't attempt to standardize extensions. We want to make sure that whatever we bring back, whatever we show you as data, is as accurate as is humanly possible. So we don't attempt to standardize these extension tags, because a company can call these things whatever they fancy, and so if we introduce any kind of sort of automatic schema, there's a real risk that it will get it wrong, and yeah, we really don't want to bring back any misleading data. So what we do is we leave it blank, we flag these, and we enable you to fix these yourself. And that's really what this video is about, how you can do that and not just fix it on a sort of one-off occasion, but to fix it in perpetuity, shall we say. So yeah, what we did when we were in the last video, oops, got a bit too far away there, let's we went over to the X Financials and we looked at alternative tags that we could take from this standard template, and we decided that reinsurance recoverables probably was going to be the closest fit. It's not a perfect fit, and so we're going to use that, but I'm not sure. When I was over here I did a quick Control C. I don't think I did that, so let's make sure we have done that, and then we can obviously paste that in, and there is our new tag. And yeah, like I was saying, this tag, you may not be satisfied with that. You may think, oh no, that doesn't fully capture what this item is. So you can call it what you like. You can introduce your own tagging system in order to be able to extend the work that we have done. So that's no problem at all. Equally, the X Financials has been designed as an organic data set, and so we will be continually trying to evolve it, expand it where it's appropriate. We will do that based on sort of new disclosures or increasing frequency of items, so that we'll bring them into the fold of the X Financials, or indeed we may have requests from customers as to, we really want to see this item because it's really important to the analysis we do. Again, we shall put that all into the mix and to be continually evolving these set of financials, so it absolutely captures all of the items you want to see at a standard level, so that you can compare it across companies and sectors, etc., etc. Anyway, I'll stop the spiel and get on with doing what we need to do. We have changed the tag. If we were to do a straightforward refresh here, like we did with the filing section in the previous video, it will disappear because it will bring back whatever's stored in the database. This information will be lost. So we need some way of storing this so that we can use it over and over again. And this is what this cute little lurid pink box is all about. You can, with web API queries, not just bring back data, not just pull data back, but you can also push data, and that is exactly what we have here. We have two queries in operation. We have this one which pulls, and we have another one here which pushes. So that will push whatever we've done here as far as making changes into the database, and then we can reuse that next time we want to look at this company. So we shall do that and see what happens. So if we want to save any changes that we have made to the tagging, we need to make sure first of all that we are on the results table for this push query. Now it might not look like a results table because it's very small, but rest assured this single cell is a table, and if I click on Alt F5 it will run the query. As you can see, it's running down here. It's pretty quick, and it's pretty good actually that you do actually need to go over here and be on it to run it, because it just reduces the risk of you making a mistake in terms of saving a bunch of results that you didn't want to save. You actually sort of you have to be pretty determined that you want to go and save these results, because you need to move from here to there and click on your Alt F5 and then it will go away and save it. So yes, that's a sort of a little inadvertent security feature that is there. Right, anyway, moving back to the results, if you look more carefully up here at what's in this results table, you will see that there are three numbers. Now the 36 is to do with presentation, and we'll come on to that in a little while. The 0 means that there were no errors, and the 1 tells us how many changes we've made to the tagging. And as we know, we made one change, so that's the one we changed, and so that tells us that that has actually been saved to the database. So that's all fine and dandy. Now just to absolutely confirm that, what we can also do is to run the pull query to pull the data back from the database, and instead of bringing back a blank, this should now bring back the tag that we can currently see. So if we click on Alt F5, it will bring back the data, and if you were paying very careful attention, you may have noticed that that something else changed, which was the numbers over here. The position of an item in a section has increased by a factor of 100, and again that relates to all the sort of presentational stuff that's going on, so I won't dwell on it too much here. Needless to say that these numbers are, well, we without the factor of 100. We don't create these numbers. These numbers are basically in the XBRL. This is what enables us to reproduce the information in its as reported order. There's nothing what we're doing here. We're just taking the numbers which we're given verbatim in the filings made by the companies. So yeah, what we are doing in this particular instance is adding 100, and like I said, all will be revealed about why we're doing that a little bit later on. In the meantime, let's just go back and focus a bit on this extension tag, and it's great that it's been saved to the database, but a little bit more than that is going on, because if we wanted to say see 3 years worth of data instead of 2, and we do our Alt F5 to bring back 3 years worth of data, and don't forget that's bringing back data from 3 separate filings, so we're getting 3 years worth of data. What we've obviously got here is we haven't just got it tagged for 2020, we've got it tagged for all 3 years, which is brilliant, because basically when we come to 2021 and we're looking at this company again, we don't have to worry about retagging this extension. It's already tagged for us, and obviously that's going to continue ad infinitum as long as the company discloses this particular item and it's an extension. So yeah, that's really fantastic. Now you may have also noticed, if you were eagle-eyed, that not only have we brought back a couple of extra years, but a couple of extra items have popped up at the top as well, and they have their original numbering. They, if they were numbered like these, they would be 60 and 70, and would be, sort of fit in, yeah, within this existing numbering system. Now, yeah, we will come on to what that means and why they've got different numbers, and how we can make use of that in the next video, because the next video what we're going to do is look at presentation and how we can control that in order to ensure the information is how we want to see it, and is essentially, if that's how we want to see it, it continues to be in an as reported format.